and I got something to talk to you guys about.
What is it?
I've been catching up on Sakamoto Days.
Yeah, I saw
Hey.
you reading it.
Yes, sir. Guess what else I read, Chris?
What?
You talked about it when we hung out.
Oh, Dear an Enemy?
Yes.
Dear
Dear an Enemy.
Anemone?
Yeah, it's that new Jump series that came out.
Oh no, the wrong one. It's the
Oh.
strawberry one. I started reading the
I
strawberry.
didn't talk
one.
about that. You just saw it.
What's the strawberry one?
I've never read Wild
Oh,
Strawberry.
that's not the horror series you talked about?
No, I said it like 7 times. It was Dear an Enemy.
Bro, this shit that I'm reading is a horror show. That's why I was really surprised. That's not it. Like wow. Well, it's good. You should read it too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting through Mission Yozakura family. So,
Oh my God, bro. When we think about like a waste of time, this is gonna be one of those forever references.
you think so?
Like, bro, don't waste your time like when Chris was reading Yozakura family. Hey yo, bro, you being very inefficient. You must not
Me?
care about your time. Like when Chris was reading Yozakura family.
Yozakura.
It's not bad. I think I'm still really early in the series. It reminds me of, how like Hitman Reborn was a gag series for most of its run. I feel like I'm in that era of this series.
Sakamoto Days was just like that too. It still kind of is. Like
Sakamoto Days was slightly more serious though.
Was it?
I guess.
Yeah, there was a lot of fights. There was like a serious story.
Fights, but I don't think any of them were actually super.
I mean,
serious.
they had humor within them, but they were pretty serious.
Yeah, but it was like it was episodic. I mean, serious in the sense that I don't know, man. I don't agree with that. I don't think it was that serious. I never took it that serious.
Damn.
Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe it's just a difference of opinion, but it wasn't until you said, nah, this shit gets. I mean, I had guessed that it might, but just like Hitman, but I thought about Hitman Reborn when I first read it like months ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we can agree to disagree on that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I hadn't had
I'm
any
bugging.
idea in my mind it was gonna get like into like a real shonen, battle manga type thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have bet money on that. I'll tell you that.
Well, I don't think it ever loses its like humor. I think it just becomes a little more focused.
Yeah, I agree. As a matter of fact, I have taken screenshots so that like when we do finally cover the series and maybe even potentially bring it into the lineup, I want to be able to have these moments. So I'm screenshotting a bunch of shit and then I'm favoring it so that I could like, go to it really quick.
Yeah. There's a lot of great moments.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see if I can find one right now.
Have you guys seen Dune yet?
What?
Have you guys seen Dune?
June?
No, I have not
Dune.
seen the Spice part
Dune.
2.
The Spice.
No, I haven't seen it.
Spice.
Mood
Have you seen the
deep.
first one, Brian?
No, I have. That's why I haven't seen any of it yet. Like, I know it's good. But I just haven't gotten around to actually watching it.
Yeah,
Someone told me.
I was telling
Go
Josh
ahead,
this
Chris.
when I first saw it. I saw it in the theater. I fell asleep. The first part, Dune Part 1. I think it was like very tired, very sleepy. So I fell asleep in the theater. And then I watched it again because we were going to watch Dune Part 2. And it's pretty rad. Turns out the movie's pretty good when your eyes are open and you're watching it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, when you're watching the whole thing with your eyes open, it's pretty solid. And Dune 2, it goes crazy. Dune 2 goes nuts.
I've heard it goes wild.
So yeah. Hi Reco.
Bro, the spice gives powers?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I guess it does, but like nobody's benefited from them yet except for one guy who seems to like snort it every day of his life.
Is he the spicy god?
No, he's Baron Harkonnen.
Spice Lord? Oh, Baron Harkonnen. That's the bad people. I mean, those are the bad guys, right? Well,
yeah, that's the big fat guy that floats in the air.
Alien.
Kind of reminds me of Dick Cheney. He just floats in the air.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that he's not Spice God?
He's not Spice God. He's just a
So
floating guy
who is Spice God then?
of vague
The main
abilities.
character. The
Josh,
main
do you say
character
you're
is the
Spice
Spice
God?
God. He was like he has like space time. Well, no, not technically not yet, but he is clairvoyant. Like he can see into the future.
Wait, who can?
He gets visions and shit.
Yeah, he
Huh?
gets visions and stuff, Paul.
Yeah, like he can't read minds like Shen, but like he can see.
He can
He
he
gets
gets
visions.
visions. He can't like see. He doesn't like consciously see in the future. He just dreams of Zendaya, which, you know,
Yeah,
Who wouldn't, to be honest?
relatable, I guess. He's the most
he was
relatable
like in
spaceman protagonist.
no scenes. She was in no scenes in the first movie though.
She's in scenes in
Like
the first one. She just like doesn't have a role until the very end. But she's
she
definitely
says,
does stuff.
I don't think she says more than maybe 20 words.
That might be accurate, but I mean, she's all over Dune too. So
Yeah. Is she a romantic partner for this guy?
yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Poor Tom Holland.
Well, she
So
seems
happy
pretty
to
smitten
be-
with the guy, so I don't think he has anything to worry about.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet.
Is Timothy Chalamet, is that Spider-Man or is that Dune Man?
That's Dune Man.
Dune Man.
Spider-Man is Tom Holland.
Chalamet.
They're interchangeable. They're practically the same person.
Except Tom Holland is more wholesome.
He's also Spider-Man, so he's better.
He is better.
He wins. We didn't talk about this, but Akira Toriyama passed away, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that happened last week. Yes.
Yep.
Rest in peace.
I was honestly shocked when I heard the news. I didn't believe it.
Hey, I mean, he died relatively young. He died at 68, which, you know, by today's standards is not that old. He died of I forgot what it was, but it was like some kind of brain aneurysm.
He had a brain tumor too. It was confirmed like before he died. He had a brain tumor.
Damn. Yeah,
I started rereading Dragon Ball Z.
I noticed. You got to read Dragon Ball,
Yeah,
bro.
I noticed that too. I'm a little.
If you really want to honor him, you got to read
I'll
Dragon
read
Ball.
Dragon Ball eventually. But
Ew.
No, ew. Dragon Ball is good. It's such
You
a.
say that. I remember.
So it was such a visceral ill.
yeah, that was kind of fucked, man.
Because it was,
Ew.
yo, I hate. You gotta understand, like my
We're
relationship
over here
to
trying to
the
honor this
original-
man, and you're like,
Ew.
ew.
I was like, why would y'all even bring that shit up? And we trying to honor this man. You don't. why would you
Dragon Ball's
bring
good.
something like
If
that up?
there's no Dragon Ball, there's no Dragon Ball Z.
I didn't say that wasn't true. I'm not saying that. It's just that I understand that he had to crawl before he flew.
You did great.
All right,
I
I
thought Dragon Ball was
understand
good. It's short too.
Well, you also think Yozakura family's good. So I mean, how reliable is that?
Fair enough, I guess.
He's
For
the
whatever it's
unbiased
worth,
king.
I guess I do think Yozakura family is like not the worst thing I've ever read.
Do you like it better than Dragon Ball?
No.
Mm.
Damn, Dragon Ball's up there.
Yeah. I mean, it's classic. I don't know, man. Yozakura family, I'm still early on it. I'm sure it gets better.
What do you like better, Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z?
I mean, Dragon Ball Z has a more
Facts.
significant place in my heart, you know? I think most people started with Dragon Ball Z, but that's kind of the
I
fault.
think it kills you to say that. I think
It doesn't kill me. I wouldn't say it
because you
kills
can't
me.
lie, and you have to be honest, because that's who you are and your character and all of that. But like, yo, it burns right now.
It doesn't
Like,
burn. I promise you. I'm okay. Well, you know, me and Brian, we're brothers. We grew up together. He knows that we were obsessed with Dragon Ball Z when we were kids.
Yeah,
Specifically
we loved
Z.
Dragon Ball Z so much that when we didn't have a memory card, we just played. We just kept playing. What was it? Budokai
intro?
2?
Yeah.
No, we had to play Budokai 2 like 55 fucking times and unlock every character every time we played the game
Yeah.
because we didn't have a memory
Jesus.
card. But we loved the game
Oh my
so much that
god.
we did it.
I mean, I didn't like Budokai 2 all that much.
I lived in East New York. You could have sold some crack or something, man.
No, that
It's
was
true.
before
Easy.
East New York. That was before East New
No,
York.
yeah, we would have.
never mind.
Well, what was it?
Yeah, it was.
I guess so. Budokai 2 came out before I was in high school. We moved to East New York then. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. We were big Tenkaichi 3 kids.
I remember specifically like getting like Vegito, and then we had to go to bed, and I was like, don't worry, Vegito, I'll get you back. And then I closed the game and I had to unlock him again another day.
Yeah, it was a sad time, but we yeah, no, I mean like we would watch Dragon Ball Z online, try to find it.
You know
Honestly,
what it was? I remember why.
What?
I remember why we didn't have a memory card, because we had the disc one and I sat on it.
Oh my god. Core memory
A
unlocked.
disc memory card?
Yeah, it was this weird thing. I forget the exact situation about it. But there was like a disc involved.
It was a disc memory card instead of a regular memory card.
No, but that
I
wouldn't
don't
make
know why
sense.
we
What
had that one.
happened? Because
I sat on it.
how would we play?
So you would put the memory card disc first, and then you would put in the regular
On
game
top of it?
afterwards.
Damn.
No, not on top of it. So you would load up the game, the memory card disc first, and then
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
yeah, and then you would take it out and load
Yeah.
in the game.
What's
That's how it
wild
works.
is that concept makes so much more sense like today in today's time. Because the same way how you can download a game, but like your like if I was to bring like Zelda over to your Switch, I'm not gonna have my game file on it. It's gonna have your shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
already the like it just makes sense that the CD could load the memory, then you need the actual game to play it. Like it's kind of ahead of its time, really.
Yeah.
it was pretty sick. And then I sat on it, and then we never got it ever again.
Yeah.
Mm.
But then we got a real memory
I
card
know.
eventually.
I know Chris was pissed when it happened.
I was pissed. But yeah,
I
I
had
think
to play Kingdom Hearts, the first one. I had to play the intro like 5 times because I didn't have a memory card.
oh wow.
And I was tight because the 64, you never had to worry about that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, my dad got me one like that next weekend. It was like the weekend after my birthday. He was like, "I got you." We went to this. I remember like it was like a jewelry store / game store /
Yeah,
like
it was
clothing
it was a
store.
pawn
It's like,
shop
no.
basically.
Yeah.
They have
I think it was in the Bronx. Mhm.
Yeah, they had those all over. You know, there's like pawn shops where there's like bulletproof glass and there's a bunch of cool stuff behind it.
Yeah. They still got a few of those.
Yeah, definitely. But that was the spot.
That used to be the spot.
My dad would
man.
call it a buy and
You get your
sell.
cell phone cards in there too, like the cards to make like make international calls and shit. They had all of them things in those stores, bro.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But yeah, I got like a really cool memory card. It was like a blue and green, and it was like chrome. So it like if you moved it, it looked blue in some spots, green in some spots. It was fucking sick, man.
Yeah.
And then one of my siblings took it, and I was mad tight because they didn't even have a PlayStation. They just wanted it.
Damn.
I was mad tight.
That's
I was
true
mad
evil.
tight, yeah. I was sick.
Just to
I
have
still
it.
love them though, but god damn it, yo. And I didn't even notice. I loaded up, nigga. I loaded up my fucking what was I playing? Sly Cooper, I think. I was playing Sly Cooper at the time. Nigga, I cut my gaming and it was like going through. Yo, I was in disbelief. Like, this looks like the intro. Is that the next part of this game? That it's like almost a repeat of it. And then as time goes on and on, the dread settled in. That was tough, man.
Those are hard days.
Sly Cooper was my shit too.
And I low key thought it was gone forever because the memory card was taken out or something. I was just like, yo.
Did you play all the
was
Sly
sick.
Coopers, Josh?
No, I only played the first 2. I heard the third one was really good too.
Yeah, the third
And I
one
heard
was
the
pretty
fourth one
sick.
was terrible.
I don't think I played the fourth one.
Don't.
But the third one was fire.
I didn't play. That's the only one I didn't play, man.
Yeah, that one was pretty good because you get to team up with all the previous villains and shit.
Oh, yeah, that sounds lit. Yeah, well, hope are those things. Can you even still buy those older games on the PlayStation if you wanted to? Like
Like
on your PS5, for example, right? Like, could you just like, do they have access to all the old PlayStation games and shit?
I don't know. I don't think they do.
They may have a collection available. I'm going to Google that shit. I
I'm
really
sure they
like Sly
have.
Cooper.
I think there was one on the PS3, a collection of Sly Cooper, but I don't
I'm
know
sure
about
they
PS4.
have a Sly Cooper collection somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking it up now. So, but yeah, man. I had Jack and Daxter also. Just I didn't play the second one though. Maybe
You
that's
didn't play
why
the
I'm not
second one?
edge. No. And I hated it too. I remember seeing the commercials and being so mad. Like, oh my god, everything has to have
Why?
guns to be cool, huh? I was so tight.
See, I
I was like, this isn't fucking Jack and Daxter. What the hell? And then I watched
never played Jack
a
1, but I
5 hour.
played 2 and 3.
I think I've played every Jack game.
1 seemed corny as fuck. You agree, Josh?
I mean, the crazy thing is, it wasn't my favorite platformer. I'll tell you that. It was memorable. I like Jack 1. I like the first one a lot. It was, you know what? It was memorable. It was memorable. It just wasn't like my favorite platform or whatever, or adventure game. I said platformer. That shit's really like an adventure game. It was cool, man. It was, um, I watched a YouTube video talking about the entire series. It was like 5 fucking hours long. I watched it in like 2 and 3
5
days.
hours.
Yo, yeah, but it was incredible. And do you know what all started with? Because I realized I never seen what the fuck was behind that door in the first game. When they
Behind what
said you
door?
had to find all the precursor orbs, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm done with this game.
I'm not doing all that.
I guess I'm not gonna figure that out. Because the crazy thing is, it's not like I was missing a bunch of them. I was just missing a few, right? So in my mind, I'm like, yo, there's no fucking way I'm gonna find them. I'm not going through every single level to find the last 7 or 8 fucking precursor orbs. No way.
Yeah, I'm not a big completionist
No.
either.
It depends. Like now, like on the games that I've played before, like if I play a Zelda game again, like Ocarina, Majora's, or blah blah blah, something like that, I try to like get as much. Like I try to get everything, like get all the hearts and all the extra like bottles, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I'm not a hardcore completionist at all.
But anyway,
Man,
Akira Toriyama passed away.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
I mean, hey, look, I think I credit to Akira Toriyama. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have like the editing skills I have today, as I was starting making AMVs and
Oh.
stuff when I was young.
Dragon
Dragon
Ball
Ball Z and Naruto and all of them. So,
What's your favorite fight from Dragon Ball Z? If y'all
Cell
need time to think
versus-
about it, I could talk.
Cell versus Super Saiyan 2.
I got mine. It's technically not canonical, but the Majin Vegeta versus
Can't
Goku
count
fight,
GT, bro.
Huh?
What?
the anime Vegeta versus Majin Vegeta versus Goku fight was pretty awesome.
Wait, that wasn't in the manga?
It wasn't explicitly shown in the manga. It was happening, but we never saw it play out.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's crazy.
Mhm.
I didn't know
What
that.
was happening in the meantime?
They were doing the other story things that were happening with Boo and all them. They showed it a little bit here and there, but like,
That's crazy that they didn't show that. But I guess
to me,
thank
it
God for
seems
the
like it was
anime.
fucking integral.
they didn't show it in
Like-
its entirety. I mean, obviously they like cut to it and they showed some parts of it, but the anime goes way deeper from what I understand.
Yeah, from what I noticed when I'm like from reading Dragon Ball Z, it goes by really fast in the manga. Like
Dragon Ball is
The-
technically a really short series.
yeah, it is pretty short. I
Like the
figured that out.
entirety of Dragon Ball is like 500 chapters, give or take, like maybe 512 chapters, I think, which is like nothing compared to today.
Are we still going
pretty
favorite
well.
fights or?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to give yours.
Cell versus Gohan is still my favorite.
Who?
I think Cell versus
Cell?
Gohan.
Zell?
Cell.
Cell
Cell.
versus Gohan. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Purple Gi Gohan, right? Yeah.
Yeah. With
That shit
Super
was
Saiyan
fire.
2's first appearance. Oh man, that shit went. That shit
Alright.
made me fucking so excited.
Dude, I'm gonna use Gohan too, but in a different way. I think one of the most like impactful fights to me. All right. It's a tie between two things, right? The Super Saiyan 3 Goku versus Majin Buu when he was just fucking that nigga
Bro had
up,
him on a
man.
tether ball, just like punching him.
Yeah, it was crazy. There was
I'll tell you
nothing
what,
Majin Buu could do.
the Super Saiyan 3 moment was I wasn't around to watch this Super Saiyan, the original Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 transformations live, but I was there for Super Saiyan 3. And that was, I feel like everybody in the neighborhood was hooked on watching it at the same time, watching Goku scream for a good 15 minutes of an episode to get to
All
Super
of
Saiyan
us
3.
were
Incredible.
screaming like that.
Yeah.
It was
for
incredible.
for months.
I was looking at my TV like, wow, this is intense.
Yeah, what the hell? He is screaming.
Like no, like I'm not being ironic at all, like or sarcastic. Like man, there was nothing cooler at that like in recent memory aside from like maybe like Pokemon or something. Nah, not even man, not at that time.
No, that was like an event. Everybody
yeah,
talked about it
yeah.
at school the next day. We were all like, "Did you say that?"
So I
you
like
see that
that
shit?
one. I'm sorry, I got a cop out. I got three, right?
Mhm.
There's that one. There's when with Go Tanks versus Super Boo.
Oh yeah,
And the hyperbolic time chamber was fucking fire.
that was
When
awesome
we
too.
first seen the ghost, and they was like, "All right, let's just take it." Oh no, that was before. Never mind. They just decided to go Super Saiyan out of nowhere. Okay. And the third one is Gohan versus the androids in the future.
Oh wow.
That shit was
don't remember
crazy,
that,
man.
I don't remember that. No.
In
It wasn't.
the Trunks OVA, right?
I mean, it was part of the regular anime, right?
It was like its own separate like TV special that they made. It wasn't like there wasn't like an episode, I think, that showed that. I think like History of Trunks is its own separate little OVA.
Oh, and does that all right? So
It
well, I
counts.
gave
It
two
counts
of them,
because
so-
it's based on like Toriyama actually drew that chapter out.
nice.
But it's
Yeah,
like
it
a
looked
bonus
it,
chapter. It's kind of like how he did the Kakashi stuff in Naruto.
bro. Gohan going out there with one arm, and Trunks was like, "Please don't." And he was like, "Nigga, this is what I do." What the
Man,
fuck? Like,
I'm
I have
red-haired
to.
Shanks. I mean Gohan.
Yeah, stop it. I'll tell you what. One of my favorite meme moments in Dragon Ball Z. When Piccolo and Cell first meet, and Piccolo had just got that he did that fusion to be a Super Namek or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
which was supposed to be the equivalent of a Super Saiyan. Which I mean, I guess it was since Super Saiyan 2 was not enough to fight against these niggas, Cell and the androids and shit. But anyway, they're like they meet each other and then Cell he says our name is Cell. And then he powers up and then Piccolo says, "Hey, I'm Piccolo." And then he powers up. He goes, "All right," and then he just starts talking. That shit was, I don't know why. That was so funny to me though. It was like a quite literally a dick measuring competition.
I feel like Piccolo gets into those moments all the time where he fuses with another Namekian and he's like, this is the strongest I am. I'm the strongest guy right now. And then immediately someone powers up over him.
Yeah, I
think
love
he was
that.
busting Cell's ass and then he absorbed somebody.
I love that at one point Piccolo is just three dudes in one.
Yeah, he's Nail, he's Kami, and he's also himself.
I'm surprised his dad hasn't come back yet.
Nah, they left that guy in hell where he belongs.
God damn.
Oh, he's
Chris.
It's King Piccolo. He killed Krillin, and he.
Jesus, man.
Nah, fuck King Piccolo. He was an asshole.
Oh, is that from Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
King Piccolo?
Demon King Piccolo. back when they thought they were
What?
demons.
Yeah, I just recently read that in the manga where Vegeta's like, and he guess what? Piccolo is also an alien, and then everybody is shocked to hear the news that Piccolo is an alien.
To be fair, they thought he was a demon. He and Piccolo Senior both thought they were demons, I guess. I was like, oh, I guess I'm an alien then. Sweet.
Damn it, I can't believe I'm an alien. But this explains my antennas.
I thought it was a literal devil, but I guess not.
That's funny. Tommy didn't even know he was an alien either.
Yeah, Kami was like, what? He was listening in. He was like, whoa.
Yeah, Tommy was like, ah, shit. When I was
Damn, that's
making the Dragon
crazy.
Balls, it felt like I was an alien, but nah, there was no way.
Bro claimed himself God of this world. He was like, oh, I literally thought I was God.
Turns out I'm just an alien.
Turns out I'm just an Namekian.
Tommy's the purple one, right?
No, Kami is green as well. He's a Namekian. He's like just the old Namekian that lived in the lookout.
Oh.
That Piccolo eventually fused
Wait,
with.
the Namekians created the Dragon Balls?
Yes.
Whoa. That's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, and if the Kami dies, then the Dragon Balls don't work anymore. That's why it was very important for a while for Piccolo to stay alive, because he fused with Kami. So if he died, so did the Dragon Balls. But then they got Dende and fixed that problem.
Thank God for Dende. Dende's never gonna die.
No.
The world, there's too many strong warriors at this point.
Yeah.
For
I mean, literal
anything to happen to
gods
Dende.
are chilling out on the planet now.
Tommy's probably pissed. He's like, fuck, really? Now you motherfuckers want to be undefeatable?
Yeah, but rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. It's so weird, you know. There's certain deaths that just like there's people who pass away that it always hits you when you realize again that they died. But
I
the
don't
guy,
even feel real.
yeah, right. The guy was an icon. The guy who brought anime. If it wasn't for him, I don't think anime would be as big as it is today. The godfather of
Bro,
shonen.
he's the father of West Coast shonen enjoyment.
Mm-hmm. Passing the baton, you know, reading Kishimoto and Oda's responses to his death are sad, because they were all like legit pals, you know.
Yeah, you know, admittedly, I didn't read all of Kishimoto's because it was pretty long. But it was, you know.
Yeah, Oda was spitting some pretty cool bars. Who said that like the impact he left in his existence was like a great tree, because it spawned off so many other people to do their thing and inspired so many. He was going in. It was like really beautiful.
Yeah. Rest in peace, man. I can't believe it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll miss you, Toriyama. Anyway, should we do questions?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up some questions. You guys vamp. I don't know.
So I haven't watched the most recent episodes of Solo Leveling, but I've heard people are starting to get sick of the power fantasy aspect of it for some reason.
Did they get to the part where he goes to that one dungeon and then he really powers up there and he is now handsome?
That happens in the beginning.
Yeah,
but he becomes even more handsomer.
No, he hasn't maxed out on his handsomeness yet, but he's started the phase of becoming handsome.
Yeah, you remember what I'm talking about though. That one dungeon that like really like cemented him as that guy.
I can't remember.
Like, there's a lot of them that kind of
where it was like a bunch of zombie knights and he was just in this cavern or like this castle or whatever.
Oh, is the one where he gets
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, the flame castle. Well,
Yeah.
no, it's not. He hasn't entered there yet,
Okay. That was a really crazy
but
arc.
he did just get the job. It's coming up because he got a job change. He got the job change notification.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which because right now I think he's like a wolf assassin, something like that, wolf hunter.
Yeah, I
But
think so. That
yeah,
sounds right.
he's about to change a whole lot.
Mm-hmm. Um.
If people don't care for that power, oh, I mean, I know you have questions. I was just
Oh
gonna
no
say, if
no!
people don't
Please
care for
please
the
go for
power fantasy aspect, then they better stop watching now because it does not
it.
It does not
stop.
get
It
better.
only ramps up further and further.
It's actually kind of the point.
Yeah,
But
it
like
literally is. It's like a video game. That's the
people are
whole
like,
point.
"Oh man, I'm really sick of just tuning in and being like, man, I can't wait to see who he fights next." Like, bro, this isn't a deep, this isn't a deep series. It's just straight up mindless violence. Just sit down and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I got questions. Mike asks, this is from last week's email we didn't get to finish, but he said, what's the hardest thing you've ever done and how did you go about accomplishing it? Man,
Holy shit.
I'm
God
still
damn.
going, it's not, I don't think I've accomplished what I'm aiming for, but you know,
The hardest thing I've ever done was beating Sephiroth Kingdom Hearts 2 first before anybody else in my family.
yeah, I've never beat
That's pretty
Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts.
Like in any of them?
Well, maybe that's
Like
not
one
true.
of
I
them?
may have beaten him in 2 way back on the PS2 by pure luck.
By pure luck.
I may have just like lasted by complete circumstances, just like kept curing myself on the right points. Half the game is just curing yourself. Half the strategy is just making sure you don't fucking pass away immediately.
I don't know. This is a tough question. This is a hard hitting question right here.
Yeah, I mean it's rough.
I can share. I
Yeah.
can probably give you guys a little bit of time to probably think.
Please go for it.
So I used to go to sleepaway camp, like from when I was like 9 up to like 14 years old. So like yeah, like 5 years. Um, and on my last year of camp, I went to like the big camp. Like I always went to the sister camp. It was called Top of the Pines. To anybody else that went there, shout out. Um, I was in every division, and all the divisions are broken up by ages. There's owls, hawks, souls, and teens. So I was in all, and every year I moved up to the next one, and then I finally went to like I said the bigger camp, and they had this 7-day canoeing trip on the Delaware River. Because there's like a bunch of different programs for the camp, and that was the one I went in, the canoeing one. And we used to like we slept in like cabins, and we would have to like we would row our boats into like over across the like pond to get to the to get to the food hall to eat or whatever, like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Anyway, this is all leading up to the eventual 7-day trip on the I'm wilding. It wasn't a 7-day trip. It was 5 days. All right. It wasn't 7 days.
Mhm.
It was 5 days and it was really, really tough. And it rained for like 3 of those days. I mean, it was a lot of fun too. But we were rowing for hours and hours, and there was certain points that the river was really shallow, so we had to like walk through like the river, pick up the canoe. Like each person had 2 people per canoe, like to row. So it was just 2 people to each canoe to pick up, and like sometimes the water was so low, like you couldn't use the buoyancy of the water to help you push like the canoe. So we really had to lift that shit and bring it in. Like we had to keep up with everyone else. Everyone else was moving. You know what I'm saying? We was like me and like another group were like pretty far behind. Just the worst part of it all was one night when we were sleeping. We set up the camps. It was raining, so we set up a tarp. But I guess the tarp fucked up, and it like had it like it was leak. It was leaning, so it was leaking, and like almost the whole bottom of the tent was wet. And like we all had to sleep through that shit. And it made me appreciate like having a bed or even a fucking couch to sleep on somewhere warm. But we got to that fifth day. We finally made it back to camp, and I was like, oh my god, like I was out there in the wilderness. We were starting fires. You know what I mean? Like with the like in order to cook shit. You know what I'm saying? We had shit in backpacks and all of that, like cans. We got by a cornfield one time and took like a few stalks. That shit is hard as hell to pick the corn though. But we like grilled some corn and shit. It was it was really really difficult, but I finished it, so I count that as an accomplishment.
Hell yeah, dude. That's a great story.
Nice.
I don't think I could have survived the woods. We're out here in the woods.
Yeah, we had the shit out there in the woods too.
That would suck. I would.
I remember that. No, I've done that before. In
You
DR.
You shot in the woods?
Yeah, I remember. Cause like.
Oh yeah.
In Kachisan.
Yeah, when we would go over there, my mom lives in the countryside up there, or grew up there. So when we would go there, sometimes I guess we would go on excursions into the wilderness.
We had like that was an outhouse. We don't use that anymore. But we also had like there was only one bathroom, and the next house that we would be able to go to like use the bathroom was like a mile down. So we kind of had to like, when there's like 7 people living in one house, we had to make do with what we had. So there was one time I had to go outside, and both my aunts were watching me poop in the wilderness. They were laughing the entire time because it's like they've had to do this their entire life, and the city boy comes over and he's trying to figure out how to poop in the wilderness.
Well, there's no manual, so there's no how to.
They were just amused the entire time. They're like, look at this little shit.
Yeah, luckily I haven't had to do that.
Lucky you.
Always use the bathroom before you go anywhere.
Yeah, use the bathroom before you go up into the mountains.
That's my advice. I don't know. It's hard for me to say because I think I'm in the middle of doing some of the hardest stuff I've ever done. I think maybe the Shweekly right now. Just in general, that show required a lot of work. And season 2 also requires a lot of work, which we're in the midst of finishing or doing now. I don't know when it's going to come out, but my other podcast, The Shweekly, is probably the hardest I've worked on anything in a long time. I remember not working late into the night on it and making sure the mixes are okay and all the voices are perfectly paced out. The sound effects had to be good. I had to kind of mishmash a bunch of sound effects for that. On top of the writing of it and the voice acting for it in general. It's a lot of work. And that's just one of the things, I'm also, I do stand up, and that's been hard just because there's just such a saturation of the market. There's so many stand-ups in New York. It's a weird scene. But, I feel like I'm in the middle of it, but the only thing you could do is just keep pressing forward. Do what you can,
Sure.
Do the thing. Because you love it, that's the point. Why would you do this if you do anything if you didn't like the thing?
Yeah.
If you didn't like the thing and you're suffering this much for it, it's not worth it. So, make sure whatever you're, struggling so hard for is something that brings you joy and fills your soul like this stuff does. Even this podcast, I love this podcast a lot. But when I would do video podcasts, that would be a lot of work, even though we weren't doing panels and whatnot. But, getting thumbnail panels and, editing the thumbnails and mixing the audio with the video and all that stuff. But I like doing it, even though it's hard and even though it's frustrating at times.
Yeah, I got that.
It brings me joy to just like finish things is very important, you know. To have like a finished product out there, a marker of your progress is it's a good thing. And that's what I'm fortunate to have with this podcast, with Dish Weekly, with even stand up. Is this you know, I know where I was and I know where I am now. So that's good.
Sweet.
Yeah. I hope that answered your question good, Mike.
Yeah, I thought that was a great answer.
Let's see if we could do one more. Okay. Says, hey boys, hope you're all doing great. Thank you for the content over the years. You really helped me. You really become an indispensable part of my life, and have helped me smile through some tough times. With that said, let's get to the questions. Thank you, Mike. We're glad we can help you out.
Buddy. You're the best.
If each
Yeah,
of the
man.
Shonen Jump
That was-
series, oh sorry. If each
Nah,
of
go ahead.
the Shonen Jump series were foods, what foods would they be? The obvious answer for One Piece is that One Piece would be meat, but let's be more creative than that.
Yeah. All right. One Piece has to be one piece of something. If it isn't a piece of something,
It's also
then-
everything. Like One Piece is every island's kind of like its own little genre.
One Piece would be like a heavily layered food, like lasagna.
Yeah, it'd be a lasagna. Like a really heavy food for sure. But delicious. Probably the best heavy food you could have. Lasagna's good. If you want to put an everything bagel in there, even though I don't really eat
Everything bagel? What?
those. An everything bagel because it has everything.
Yo. Oh my god. It's so rich, savory, filling. You know?
An everything
But
bagel
not
with cream
high
cheese.
in nutritional value at all. And I don't want to say that about One Piece. It is very high in nutritional value.
Yeah, Sanji wouldn't give them something that's not high in nutritional value.
Yeah.
I cannot hear Brian.
Sorry, I was muttering. Sanji wouldn't give them food that's not nutritional.
Yeah. It's part of his training on Kamabaka Island. His food is now like 10 times more nutritional apparently. But that's that. That's One Piece. Something nutritional.
I
Mike,
wish
you know
my
more about
palate wasn't
food.
So ignorant.
Mike, you know more about food. Think of the most layered and heaviest food, but so good, and that'll probably be it. The only thing that comes to mind for me is lasagna. But
Or like ratatouille.
ratatouille.
Has a lot
Or just like a
I think
really
Sakamoto.
big burger, just like with like a ton of fixings in it, and it's so damn
Sakamoto
good.
days would be a pizza
Wow, really? Pizza? Why pizza?
because it's simple, but it's really fucking good.
My Hero Academia.
What's a meal that's good when you start eating it, and then it's not as good the more you eat it?
Yeah. Goddamn.
Yeah,
Like a
I don't.
steak?
It don't even be me these days. That's crazy.
Like if you eat it too many times a week, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
think a steak.
No,
is
I see
like,
My
is
Hero
up there.
Academia is like pizza. I think that's correct.
No, you could eat a pizza every day.
No, the
I don't know if I
fuck you
could eat it
can't.
every
Yes,
day.
you can.
I feel
Yes,
like I
you
think
can,
I
and you-
could, but I don't think I actually could.
We could agree to disagree.
Like, I think I'd probably get sick of pizza after, I don't know, the first 2 months of eating it every single day.
No, you know what? I'm going with a steak. I'm going with a steak for My Hero.
Steak.
Because like steaks look good. They like make your mouth water when you look at them.
I like where you're going with this, man. I know, I see. Sometimes, like, and it can vary based on like what kind of cut of the steak you get,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
how it's cooked. You know what I mean? If the conditions are right, it's amazing. Probably one of the best plates of food you've ever had. But if that shit ain't cooked right, it's alright. Still value. You know, still a lot of protein.
Also, you need a good
You
side.
know?
Steak without good side,
True.
Yeah,
characters.
with some mashed potatoes, bro. You know?
If you don't have your mashed potatoes with your steak,
All right. My hero is a steak with like you just always have the wrong side.
no, My Hero Academia is the steak with sides, but the sides are significantly smaller portions than the actual steak. And then eventually,
Yo,
you just don't have any more sides towards the
Like
end of the meal.
One scoop of
and
a
it's
mashed
just
potato.
mad.
So all you have is the steak,
One
but
singular,
all of the sides are gone by the time you're at the end of the meal.
one singular strand of a green bean.
Yeah, and you have so much steak left, but you don't have any sides. I'm glad we got there.
We figured it out.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm gonna give Jujutsu Kaisen a big bowl of ramen. It just feels right. It's delicious. It's rustic. You know, no frills. The flavors are aggressive. They're so good though.
Aggressive. What did you say again?
Ramen.
Oh, damn. Okay. You seen this question and preloaded that answer.
No, I didn't. This is how I feel about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Come on, man. You know that's cap.
That's not cap.
You know you fronting for the live.
I'm not fronting for the live, I promise.
Brian, back me up, please.
I saw the question, but I didn't know what I was going to say till
I
now.
rolled the one.
What?
I said
Yeah,
I
what's
just
going on?
rolled the one. I asked Brian to back me up and nothing happened.
Sorry, my roommate was giving me food.
Nice.
What was going on?
Nothing, Brian. It doesn't matter because Josh is wrong.
What is he wrong about?
He said I'm capping for the live. He said I had this answer preloaded.
What answer to
He
what?
said Jujutsu Kaisen's like ramen, and I
Nah,
tend to agree.
nah.
No?
You
Why?
said yeah,
You better come with a legit answer for that, nah.
because it's ramen is mad consistent. Mad consistent. It's really rare to have bad ramen.
I guess that's a good argument for it.
You know, the flavors are
And
just
I'm
like
not
in your
gonna lie.
face. They don't, no frills, no fancy stuff. It's just goodness, goodness, goodness all the time.
Yeah, you know what? You sold me on it.
Ah.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
Kagurabachi.
Agirabachi. Like spring rolls.
Yeah, I was thinking something like that. Some kind of a roll or
Spring rolls
something.
with a dip.
I was thinking maybe
The dip on the
sushi,
side.
you know?
I like sushi
Like
a lot.
complex-
And I
I
don't want
don't-
to associate that with Kagurabachi.
Complex to put together,
How does
but
my-
like so nice, kind of simple, but effective. Could be very depth. It could have a lot of depth.
Yeah. Damn, I hate that. You winning me over with the sushi.
I quite
analogy.
literally, I'm making this one.
What did I even say again? I don't even remember what I said.
I'm going for a salad.
You said spring roll, which is close.
I'm going for a salad.
A salad for Kagurabachi. What kind of
Yeah.
salad?
Like any type of salad, honestly.
Nah, that's too vague, bro.
Yeah, you got to be.
What do you mean too
specific.
vague? You could pick your one. You could pick your one.
I think it's pretty specific. Salad is mad vast.
There's a
Yeah,
vast
exactly, and
ocean of
that's what
salad.
And that's what makes Kagurabachi so special. Because it's
It
very
is not-
vast.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna get some water real quick.
I'll say sushi too.
Yeah. And finally,
Well,
Undead
let me at
Unluck.
least explain why I said spring rolls.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because when so a lot of the times like they're good. They're always like good enough. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about every chapter. Like I'm entertained definitely enough. And they're very compact and neat, very easy to eat. You know what I mean? And that's like the art looks really nice, and the action makes it very easy to get into. But man, like there's those rare times when you get that shit fresh, or you go to like a restaurant and get some spring rolls, like they make them really nice. They're all crispy and hot, and the sauce is fucking slamming. Yeah. Mm. So I
Yeah.
guess you could say the same thing about sushi, though. In all honesty,
Yeah.
it
I
just
would agree
seems
with spring roll.
very.
I felt good about spring rolls as well.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to all agree, I guess. What's next?
That's it. I think that's all the series we covered. We're not going to do every single
Undead.
one.
Undead Unluck?
Oh, did we do Undead? What's
Nope.
Undead?
A beef patty with cheese? Nah. I just thought about that. 'cause
Actually,
I
no.
wanna
Black
know.
Clover's a burger for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Black Clover's a burger. You're right. Yeah.
I would take that.
Sometimes with French fries, bro. And them French fries be having ketchup hot sauce on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Simple but effective.
Yeah. Undead Unluck.
Hmm.
Doesn't Undead Unluck feel like a breakfast food?
I was thinking about rice. Maybe like
Rice and beans.
it's like a
with
rice dish.
chicken?
Okay. Huh?
Rice and
What
beans
happened?
with like chicken, like drumsticks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go vast like how you went vast with salad. Okay. So like my thought process is Undead Unluck always feels like it's just a side piece to like the other series. Even a series like Black Clover, it kind of feels like a little brother to a little bit. You know what I mean? And it'll probably be a little bro to Kagurabachi in due time. Anyways, rice is very nice to have on the side with most dishes. And the more sophisticated and more stuff you add to it, to focus on the rice, it gets much better. Have you guys ever had hibachi before?
Yeah, I
No.
actually have had a
But
hibachi.
you ever had the hibachi rice? They cook the rice on the grill. They have the soy
I'm trying to
sauce,
remember. It was a
egg,
while ago I went.
oil. Oh man, well it's incredible. They like their rice has the sauce. They fry the rice in front of you with the soy, the eggs, the vegetables. It's you can eat that as a meal by itself if you want to add like chicken or shrimp or something to it. So my point is that man, when Undead Unluck is like really honed in, it becomes its own dish in of itself, and it can be incredible. And some really good. I've had really good rice from like a Thai place. I remember I had like a fried rice with like pineapple and chicken in it, and it was so can't even words can't speak on the greatness of that dish. So
Yeah, I'll take that. I think that's a good
rice.
explanation. All right, this conversation is making me hungry. I haven't eaten dinner, so let's get into.
God damn it, Mike!
Mike, your food related questions. They're killing me. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the main show. We'll see you guys in New Jump City. Hope you enjoyed this.